So good afternoon / good evening. My name is Kristen George, and I am the director of Rondi Royalty. This is my second season as director, and we are so thrilled to have you here and interested in our program. We've got 3 legacies, 2 that are competing, 1 who just kind of hangs out with us. But we are excited to talk about Rondi and all of the things that are going on and answer any questions you have about the program and ask any for you to ask us anything because we're really here to show you about the program. We are a unique program and we are excited for you to learn more. Next slide. Our agenda this evening is going to be pretty straightforward. Introductions, we're going to talk about a little bit of history, our areas of competition, our prize package, and the time commitment, because the time commitment is what really makes people nervous. Go ahead, next slide. So this is our current royalty, our 2025 Royal Court, and these folks have done an amazing job this year in representing Rondi. They've clocked about 75 to 80 events throughout the year. Some were, we all went together. Some they picked on their own just to support that particular organization. And in this group, we very sadly, Jerry Wolf is no longer with us. He passed away just a few months ago after living a amazing life. He was our King Regent, and he is very, very, very much missed. So, but these folks are going to be kind of your helpers during pageant weekend. They will be there. They will help you. They will talk to you, and you never know. You will learn quite a bit from these ladies. And Julie and Bill occasionally gives a good nugget of advice. Go ahead. So this is our leadership team. I introduce myself. Megan, who is on as Rondi Royalty, she does our media and marketing, and she is actually the social media guru for all of Rondi. So all of the wonderful things you see at Rondi is Megan. We love Megan. And then we have Jolene, who runs our legacy. And then we have Tacoma, who's also on this call, who is a legacy in her own right. And she is she is in charge of our Rondi Bear. And that in itself is a job. She even during non-Rondi time, she is responsible for making sure that bear is at schools, that bear is at events that they're expected at. Cassie is our chaperone coordinator, so she's responsible for the people that during Rondi are following the court around, because our court does not we don't stay together. A lot of times we have to divide and conquer because we have so many events that we attend. So we now have someone who is responsible for those people and making sure they're where they're supposed to be and that the girls are where they're supposed to be. We are thankful and grateful for her. And Crystal and Cheyenne are our hospitality leads. So they make sure that we have enough food, that we have hand warmers, that we have granola bars in our travel bags when we're walking around downtown Anchorage. They make sure that when we come back to our hospitality suite that there's food. It is amazing that they do what they do because they keep us well stocked for the entire time of Rondi. Next slide. So needless to say, let me say one thing. Needless to say, it is a small army of people that put together Rondi and make the Rondi Royalty run. So if anybody says it's one person at the head of the team, it is not. This is so exciting. I love seeing all these people. Welcome in, you guys. Thank you for coming. So that's that. There are a number of people, and that's not even the amount of people that run Rondi itself. Rondi itself has a board of about 25 people, and is a very, very, very active board. And when you step into a role of Rondi Royalty, you will get a fast track of board members and how we move and how we run and all of those things. So it's exciting. So let me give you a little bit of history about Rondi if you don't know. Rondi, of course, was started over 90 years ago for fur trading. And it was for trappers to come into Anchorage to support each other and to do trading. Today, in the current environment, trading auctioning happens now, and the trades do still occur at Rondi every year, and it's one of the best times you can have because you get to go and see some truly Alaskan moments. It is and it is actually fun fact, this year our crowns actually came from a pelt that was auctioned at the fur auction. So this is the first year that we're actually supporting that event with our event. So we're very excited and very honored to have that opportunity. For Rondi is under the Greater Anchorage Incorporated organization. Again, that is hosted out of the office on 4th and D Street. And we have in that facility, we have our swag, we have some history. The infamous Rondi buttons are there and Rondi pins. So it's wonderful. And of course, they are right at the start of the World Championship dog sled race. And then over the last few years, we've been honored to be given the designation of being an award-winning, world-renowned winter festival. Last year, we won, Megan, you're going to have to quote me. I think we won 3 awards, and I believe this year we won 3 more. And so we are, am I right, Megan?
We've won over the last 2 years almost 10 awards.
See, this is why you have a fact checker on your call, is so that you don't say the wrong things.
Some of the things that we've won are best event. We've won awards for social media, for our Facebook, for our online guide, our website. Then we also have won a couple of awards for our outreach programs. So one of the things that Rondi has put into place is they've gotten a deal with the People Mover. So if you have a Rondi pin, you can ride the People Mover all through downtown Anchorage for free during for Rondi. That has been a huge positive for the community and for us to get people down there and moved around. So I think those are all really great awards. So internationally, we're hitting the screen.
Yes. So and we just got the awards that we've won for this year. So it's very exciting, and it's such a great opportunity for us. And very honestly, a lot of these awards are things that we are featured in because we are the ambassadors of Rondi. We are in the streets every single day of Rondi, and every single day that you're not on the streets. That did not sound, for all the intensive purposes, you understand what I meant to say. It's definitely a place for us to be nationally experienced and be seen. So it's just a wonderful event, a wonderful time. Of course, the festival is 2 weeks. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. Go ahead, Megan. What to expect. And I might have Tacoma come off mute for a second, but I'll give her a chance first. So one of the things about me is I was Lady Trapper in 2020. Yes. No, 2022. I was Lady Trapper in 2022 and got to experience Rondi in the back waves of the ocean that is Rondi Royalty, because I just followed them on their coattails and just went wherever they went. And so it's a really great experience. From meeting international visitors, you'll see down in the far corner is Heidi, and those folks were from Europe, and they had come to one of our events, and they were so excited to meet our Heritage Ambassador. Our Heritage Ambassador is profoundly one of the highlights of the festival, especially to international travelers, because they want to meet this person who represents cultures that are within Alaska that they may never get to meet ever again. You have friendships. I can't even. I get teary when I talk about the friendships that you make during Rondi. It is a time these girls will become your sisters. They will become your best friends. They will become your sisters in the fact that sometimes they will annoy the ever loving poopy out of you. But for the most part, you have a great time, and you get to know a lot about some really great people. You get new opportunities in the fact that we have you do interviews, we have you go on radio shows, we have you do television. It just depends on what the media is looking for. And every year it changes, and every year they come up and they say, well, we'd like to do this or we'd like to do that. Last year we had two international film crews here shooting Rondi, and both of them, different young ladies, got to be interviewed about Rondi. So you really do have to be able to speak eloquently, speak to the events, and talk about your passion for the events. Um, I could talk about, because I could talk about good food last, because we could be here all day about Rondi food, but I'll talk about Rondi food now. We get to do we have wonderful sponsors, and we have wonderful businesses that support Rondi. So the whole 2 weeks of Rondi, we really pretty much help take care of meals if we can, including going to local restaurants and participating in whatever we can. Of course, we love to go and support our downtown restaurants. Last year, Gumbo House stepped up and had us, gave us dinner. We've had Humpies gives us meals. We're very, very, very fortunate for what we are given. And then finally, community service, which this is our bread and butter. Rondi supports about 40 different charities every season with events. And in doing what we do, we are supporting those charities. We also support throughout the year a variety of charities, but that's what you're doing. This is community service at its finest, and it is community service in a way that you become Anchorage, and you become the ambassador of Anchorage for 2 weeks of the year. And we're working on doing some more. I'm sorry, my bad. I was actually going to let Tacoma talk for a second. Megan, could we go back? Thank you. Tacoma, what say you, my dear?
Those are all really great things you're expected to get from this program, but you also remember that you get what you give to this program. So the more you give as a title holder, the more you'll get back from the festival itself, the community, the team we have with the court, um, and the relationships you'll build are the biggest thing. Like, I still talk to all of my past court from 2023. I still talk to all of past royalty that I've met at different pageants that I helped at. So the relationship is not just for the year, it's for a lifetime. And that is the best part of it all. As well as, of course, walking the avenue and being a spokesperson for the festival itself. You get to promote everything that happens at that festival. So it could be from skating with the critters to running with the reindeer to the dog sled races, whatever it is, you get to promote it and become the face of Rondi for the festival, which is honestly my favorite part because you get to experience the different things in a different light. Like, I've been attending Rondi since I was 2, and going from just attending the festival to volunteering with the festival to becoming royalty, I've seen so many different aspects of it that it has helped me learn to love and grow to love Rondi so much more. So you build so many different things, and it is a wonderful experience.
And for those, that was wonderful. Exactly. Thank you. You did a great job. One of the things that I will say is that if you haven't done pageantry before, and you go, oh my gosh, this is a beauty pageant, this is that, we're a family. Though there is a little bit of competition, we want you to have the best experience of your life, even from the beginning of just being on the stage and doing the show. We want every moment to be fun. We're quirky. We're a quirky bunch, and we want you to let your best self come out, and it's a wonderful time. But it is, when people say pageantry, there's definitely one kind of look at it, but we're kind of the fun festival pageant that gets you some opportunity to practice on a stage, to speak eloquently, and to learn about yourself and be excited. Megan, now next slide. Thank you. All right, so the areas of competition, of course, are our application packet, which has our cover letter, resume, community service, your Spirit of Rondi essay, and your ad sales. Now, this is all due December 17th. This is an important date. Please be mindful of getting these things in. This also includes the date for it does say ad sales. Ad sales. We only have one ad turned in. I will tell you why ad sales are so important. Our program is based on what we can do for you and how fun we can make the year, and the cool things we get to do, and the way that we get to pay for that comes from those ad sales, because 100% of that money goes to taking care of our program. And sponsorships and things like that we get as a team, that is different, but your ad sales are very important. So if you so choose to compete, there is a requirement, but we'll talk about ad sales. I have a slide for that. I think Megan's going to tell me no, but we'll talk about it. All right, your interview. Of course, this is your time for first impressions. Come to impress. It is a 10-minute interview, which can be a long time for some people, but for those of us who like to talk, it is a hop, skip, and a jump, and you feel like you've only said one thing. It is a panel of 5 judges. Typically, they're usually people from the community. They're also people from the Rondi community specifically, and then usually a couple of general people that may not know very much about Rondi, but then you'll have those people who know a ton about Rondi. The interviews will also be based on your resumes, your cover letter, and your letters of support, and your essay. So please be mindful. Anything that's in your resume is going to be what they review and what they can ask you about. So be mindful of what you're putting in there, because if you don't want to talk about it, or it's not something you want to be grilled on, I don't say grilled is the wrong word, but you don't want to be asked about, don't put it in there. So just so you know. Of course. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Hey, high five. I already answered myself. And then the Heritage Ambassador, you will be asked an additional question that will typically, of course, would revolve around your culture and why it's so important to you, and how you may. So the best way to kind of practice for that, or be prepared for that, is just know about your culture and what honors you about your culture, and then how you would like to show your culture to Rondi. But there is always an additional question to the Heritage Ambassadors. So if you've selected that category, just know that's there. Costume and introduction. This is the stage show. It is the costume part of the show is always the showstopper. This is where your creative juices can flow, and you will just be able to show your best self. This is where your introduction happens. So you're not going to be talking a lot in this thing. You're just going to be introducing yourself. But just so you know, there is one caveat to the most amazing costumes that you could ever want to be in your life. Nothing can come off of your costume. It causes us great strife, and there are little elves that have to run up on the stage, and it stops the show. So please, nothing off of your costumes. You will be asked prior to the show during rehearsal to put it on, because we will have to stage costumes, especially based on size. If you haven't read the information packet that was so wonderfully created by Megan, we've had everything from a hot cocoa cup or a cup of hot cocoa to a cabin. We've had a coffee shack. And when I say a coffee shack, it was a full coffee shack. We have had the Northern Lights, which was very, very well done. We've had Tacoma. What else? What am I missing? Those were like
We've had snowflakes, ice queens or snow queens, whatever they wanted to call it.
Last year we had a Yeti.
Yep. We've had fur trappers. We've had people dress up as Hobo Jim. We've had a lot of different costumes that I thought were amazing.
Yes. But like I said, this is like I'm always curious to see what y'all come up with because it is so fun. And then in the stage show, there will be an on-stage question. This is new to the competition, but you will be asked to come out on stage in your second outfit, and you'll be asked a question. I'm not going to tell you what the question is or how it's going to be worded or anything because that doesn't make it any fun. But we will practice doing all of those things, and it's something that because of your position in the community, you have to be able to talk rapid fire. And so we need for you to be able to do that. And if you can't do that, then unfortunately, though, it may not just be your year to be crowned. But every year is different and every judge is looking for something different. But this is something that we felt needed to be added so that we could really see that rapid fire. When someone walks up to you and says, you can go, blah, 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 blah. This is what I love and this is what I want to do. Okay. Go ahead, Megan. Or Megan, did I miss anything?
No, I think you're good.
Okay, thank you. Okay, optional opportunities. This is the fun stuff. Well, I mean, I think this is the fun stuff, so enjoy. Our ad sales. Expectation is that you will have expectation and will go to your final score. That needs to be understood. You must sell at least one ad page. Okay. After your first ad page, we wanted to incentivize you ladies to sell more ads. Again, remembering that the ad money that is raised by all of you goes to our program and goes to do the cool things that we get to do every year. And so this is important to us. 10%, you will receive 10% commission for additional ads up to $1,200. 20% commission for ads over $1,200. Again, the deadline is December 17th, and we are a month out from that. So we should start seeing in rapid fire, if you are registered, if you have done all your things, start selling those ads. If you would like to talk about who can be if you would like to talk about who in your community to talk to about buying an ad, we can definitely do that when we do Q&A. Just please be mindful. We are a family-friendly organization. I don't think I need to express who cannot be an ad, but unfortunately, there are a few organizations that we will turn away. Our friends of the Green Connection, they may not be able to be in the ad book. A couple of other organizations that won't be able to support us in this way. Though we think that they're great and we want you to have that relationship, they won't be able to support because we are a family-friendly organization. At the bottom there is the QR code for ad pages. So if you haven't got that link, there is the link for you. People's Choice. This is an online competition. It is on Insta, Facebook, and TikTok. The deadline is December 15th for this item. And you will create a 15-second or less video introducing yourself, the title you're running for, and the Fur Rondi event you are most excited to attend this year. So Hi, my name's Kristen, and I am running for Queen. I am so excited this year to get to go to the blanket toss because I've never gotten to experience that. And I would love to learn more about that part of our culture and how they even make the blanket. And I just think that would be great. Do not do it as choppy as I did. Plan myself, plan, my dears. Um, and so this is also one of those things that this deadline will be held and it will not move. Okay. Unless there's some catastrophe, if your video is not in by the 15th, because Megan has to do a bunch of work to every video to get them prepared to put on all of these platforms. So if it is not in by the 15th, she will release the videos without your video. So it's one of those things that we don't want to not put your things. We want you to have as much opportunity as possible. But unfortunately, we do have to hold to the standard of our deadlines. Finally, Miss Congeniality. Voting happens on Saturday afternoon after we finish rehearsals, and it is by fellow contestants. There are a few other, a Spirit Award and a couple of other minor awards, but these are the big things that you can control, and these are the things that you can make some money off of. So exciting. Next screen. Our prize package. Oh, hi, Crystal. So we do have some really cool prizes. We have a cash prize for the 5 ladies who take home prizes or take home the crowns. We have official photo shoots, not just one, but we do have a couple throughout the year. We have lodging for Rondi. So the 2 weekends of Rondi, you guys have the opportunity to stay with us and enjoy all of the perks of staying with us, the wonderful food that Crystal and the team bring, and just kind of feeling like you're part of this really awesome time. That's my favorite time of the whole year is the weekends of Rondi because I get to watch these sisterhoods and I get to see the relationships and it's super fun. You of course get a fur-lined crown, you get autograph cards, you get a custom sash, you get fur Rondi merch, custom Rondi earrings, personalized crown case, royalty gear. We also just got this year our prize pack will be bigger than ever. We have already got sponsors that are interested in supporting and giving us prizes for you ladies. We know that Hilltop will be giving the winners each passes for the for at least one time out there. I can't remember what they're exactly giving us, but Hilltop is going to be on that list. We've got so many really great opportunities, and it's growing because of the young ladies who participate each year. And as you are spreading, you're spreading the message of Rondi. People are learning that we are ambassadors and we can give their business a really big lift. And the one thing I haven't put on here because I don't have final confirmation of it is we have a relationship with Extra Tough. And last year, Extra Tough was able to provide each of the Rondi royalty Extra Tough boots for the season. And that was a pretty big deal. I do have it under pretty darn good authority that that is going to happen again this year. So your sizes will be taken and your measurements will be taken and you will receive Extra Toughs as well as a custom, I'm going to screw it up.
Husbuck.
Thank you. There's 2 things it could be, and I always get the wrong one. And so everybody corrects me. So you'll get a custom Husbuck that we have made. They make them 2 size. This year, the girls they were fleece lined. They were beautiful. And Michelle Koenig, barring that she is her injuries from a double wrist break are fixed, which I think they are. She is going to do them again this year. So we are super, super, super excited for that. And she literally turns them around in about 2.5 weeks. She turns them very quickly. So you will have them. You'll have them for Rondi. And then, of course, we give you. There's just every year we try and make the prize package as awesome as we possibly can. The Rondi office. You'll end up with more things than you know what to do with, and more things than you can shake a foot at. We also end up sometimes when we're on the avenue, people just kind of go, "Oh, here," and we end up with really cool things. So always be expecting that these are the core things you'll get, but I can tell you that you'll go home going, "Oh my goodness." So, and it's the adventure of a lifetime. Go ahead, Megan. So pre-pageant, some of these dates, of course, have already passed. And then, of course, we're here today. December 10th is our candidate orientation. This is mandatory, and we're working on the location. If for some reason you cannot be there, like your office is flying you to rural Alaska and you can't miss it, I am not a demon. I will understand, and your job and your business is more important to me than this. And we will figure out a way to get you what you need. So please bear in mind, if life happens and you have to not be at that, just send me a message. Let's talk about it and we'll go from there. The 17th, of course, all of your paperwork is due. We talked about the 15th, your video is due. January 22nd will be the interviews. And I will be honest. I will be honest about this. There is a potential that these dates may adjust just a little bit. I do not know by how much or what they will be adjusted to, but once that happens and once I officially can say what's going on, we will announce that and you will be all the first to know. So please don't be surprised if somehow I say, "Oh man, we're going to have to change the date," because there's a lot of things going on in the background. Now, post-pageant, all of the court members will be required to be at the following events. January 25th is boot camp, and is our official photos. And that is imperative that you attend that, because we won't have autograph cards for you if you don't show up. So please make sure that you have that date on your calendar. February 7th is the Challenge Alaska Gala. This is an event that we have attended for years and years and years. It is a tradition for the Rondi royalty to attend this event and to participate as volunteers. So please make sure that date is on your calendar. February 13th is Go Red for Women. For those that don't know, I used to be the executive director of the American Heart Association for the state of Alaska. And this event is an event that is near and dear to my heart. And so I force you to volunteer. And so you're voluntold. And so we will attend that. The 26th of February till March 8th is the Fur Rendezvous Festival. I will say this, and I say this with
You
yes.
have to add Monday the 24th is
Yes.
when it officially starts.
Yep. That's what I was just about to say. Thank you. Is really from the date that you're crowned for the rest of through February and into the first week of March, really, you're gonna be busy. So be prepared. If it's during the week, there's a little bit more flexibility on if you can't come. But if you just plan from the day the pageant happens until the end of the season, you're probably better off. So that you're not shocked when we say, "Hey, we've got this event," and then you're like, "Oh, I wish I would have known. I would have been there." You really are going to have to be pretty mindful of that. So just so you know, I'd love to say, "Nope, you just get the 2 weeks and that's great." But really, February, we're doing media, we're doing photo shoots, we're getting you ready. And there's just a lot of things that kind of pop up. And this year we're working with the Wolverines. So there's a potential that there'll be a game. Oh my gosh, Allison just got so excited. um, so we're working with the Wolverines, and so hopefully there'll be an opportunity for us to go and drop the puck at the game, and do a couple of other things. The June and July. June, that's the Backyard Country Barbecue. We sell split the pot tickets and we sell raffle tickets for Rondi. So it's just a fun event for us to be at, and those will pop up occasionally throughout the year. But it's one that I manage it, and so I always make sure that the Rondi royalty is there, as well as the Independence Day parade. We do that parade every year. We have gotten away from doing any other parades. Having said that, we may change it this year. Who knows? Life is a bucket of monkeys, and you just want to sometimes change the world. So never know. But so just be prepared and excited for your opportunity, and see, and Tacoma said it exactly right. And I appreciate her for being so on point about it, is you get out of this what you put into it. If you want to go to everything, if you want to talk to everybody, do it. Learn about the chaperones, find the chaperone that you want to be your chaperone, and get to know them, and find the things that excite you and that you want to do, because this is hard. The pageant part is actually, in fact, the easiest thing you will do, because the month of February, you're going to be busy. And the 2 weeks of the festival, your feet will hurt the first day. And just be prepared. I say that with love in my heart, and I say that for the fact that I want people to be aware, but it is also the most rewarding thing that you will ever see in your life, and it will be the most rewarding thing you ever participate in. We've had, I tell a couple of very little stories. The year that I was Lady Trapper, we had a young lady who was running for our Heritage Ambassador. She won our Heritage Ambassador, and she walks over to our who had been named Lord Trapper, his name is Lauren Lehman, and he was our Lieutenant Governor. And she walked over and she goes, "You're from Bethel, I think." God, now I'm going to screw it up. And he goes, "Yes, I am." And she goes, "Well, I'm from Bethel. This is my last name." And he goes, "They were cousins." And so they got to spend the entire season together, doing so many fun things. This year we had a niece and aunt win, and we had a set of sisters win. So when we say it's a family affair, it's a family affair. So that does not mean you're going to win if you bring your sister along. But if your sister would like to run, we still have some spaces open. So totally bring her along. So there's that. Megan, will you hit the next slide? Because I can't remember what I'm saying next. Okay. I get to stop talking. No, I don't. So now it's on to, what are your questions? What can I do to encourage you? What can I do to help? You've got the knowledge of Tacoma and Crystal. You've got Megan here. You've got Deb here, Deb just signed on. Deb is our Rondi Bear mom, and I'm pretty sure probably somewhere along the line, there's Rondi Bear is sitting on the other end of that picture, who is Gabby, who is our wonderful Rondi Bear. She's also Miss Alaska high school, so give her a hard time because she's going to wear the Rondi Bear costume, and she really wants to wear the sash on top of the Rondi Bear costume, and we've told her no. So I'm going to shush my mouth and Ray, we're not real formal around here, y'all. Just unmute, don't talk over each other, and just ask your questions. Uh-oh. Oh no. Nobody wants to ask a question.
I have a quick question. So with the 4 categories, with being 1 in 10 scoring, meaning 40 is the highest score, are judges ranking on purely raw scores, or is it going to be discussion? Are they allowed to debate about scores?
So it'll be raw scoring, Sam. Great question. But as you know, if we get to a tie situation, there may be a conversation about the top 2 scorers to see what. But we did not have any ties last year. So I would hope that there's no ties. But if for some reason that does happen, there's always the opportunity for some brief discussion, but it isn't a ranked choice voting at the end. They get to go, oh no, but I really liked her. No. Does that answer your question? Okay. What other questions are out there?
Hello, my name is Amelia. I have a question in regards to the ads.
Yes, ma'am.
What if a company that I asked already is like an official sponsor for the Ferrande, or they already have ads? How does that work?
That would be a one-off situation. But we need to see where their dollars are, because when it's a specific sponsor and they their money is typically allocated. So we need to make sure that we talk to them and make sure that if it needs to come our way or we need to move some dollars over to us, we can figure that out. But we can definitely look at that. Okay. What other questions, ladies?
So we have on-stage question. That competition is done. Are we going to come out in coronation dresses and like do a walk prior to intermission, or is it going to be on-stage question, end of like the show, intermission happens, and then we come out in coronation dresses and the farewells and all the end of like second half pageant stuff?
Yep. Everything happens prior to us. English is a hard language, Sam. I'm sorry. Let me reboot my brain and start over again. Everything happens before intermission so that we have that time to do the scoring. And then, as you know, there's things that happen that it takes some time to get to coronation. So just be mindful that all of that will happen, and it will happen in quick succession. So be aware of that. It does happen pretty quick.
And then I know you said we don't like totally know. Dates are subject to change. Interviews, love it. Are we going to allow hair and makeup in the dressing room on pageant day? Not necessarily during the pageant, but like we're there at 8 a.m., right? And then you have like your morning rehearsal and you have a break. Are we going to allow hair and makeup backstage, do hair and makeup prior to the pageant, or is that a no-go?
So we will have, we usually have a hair and makeup folks that come in to help you. I am under the world that I would rather you guys be there and that you use what we provide for you, and not bring in outside entities. It just makes the one, we really don't know what our new situation is going to look like. So I can't say that we'll have a ton more room. And if we are going to be in the area that we typically are in, we don't have any room. So it is, and with the turnout of how many young ladies are signing up, which is a wonderful problem to have, y'all. Wonderful problem to have. We're going to want to be really mindful of who goes in the dressing rooms.
At our last meeting,
Yes.
we went over clothing and what to expect and a quick run through of how to plan your outfits out. I did put all of that onto our YouTube, so I will send out all the links to the previous meetings as well as this one after this meeting.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's why we keep Megan. That's why Megan is allowed to stay. Okay. So what other questions do you have? What questions do you have about we've talked about a lot. We've talked about, yes, ma'am, Clara.
Yes, hi. I'm Clara Baldwin and I use ASL. I'm deaf and my primary language is American Sign Language. I want to thank my volunteer interpreters today, Laura and Tracy, for interpreting for today. For the royalty, I'm really hoping that everyone for this process, people can keep an open mind because I will be needing interpreters, right, for communication. So I hope that we can make that happen. My question is, I was reading the handbook and looking things over, and it said that we needed a red outfit for one of the events. Does it have to be head to toe red, or could I have black pants with the red shirt, or does it need to be completely red A to Z head to toe?
I'm not currently looking at the guidebook, but if it says an all red outfit, Megan, if you're back there running things, is it what I think it is? Is it for the event?
We were hoping that it would be red or black with pops of red. The
Yes,
Rondi
yes.
colors are black and red with some gold, so we'd like to keep on theme and keep everyone looking pretty similar.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought that was the answer. I just wanted to make sure since I wasn't looking at it. But yes, so it can be, but with just a good splash of red, and you'll be set.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Amelia. Haha, I can see when your microphone goes on.
Well, thank you. Just to, mentally prepare myself in regards to the competition aspect of it, were there a lot of applicants that applied for the ambassador program?
So for Heritage Ambassador, right now, I have 5 candidates. And those candidates, let's see. I know I'm smarter than this, but Megan has the coolest spreadsheet. And if you guys are spreadsheet people, you would be in love. 2 of those young ladies are sweetheart age, and 3 of them are queen age. And age is a number when it comes to Heritage Ambassador. So you can be of any age. But just so you can kind of tell where it is. As you can see, I will talk about Heritage Ambassador really quickly. We don't cover it a lot in here, but I know I believe there's a couple of Heritage Ambassadors on here. So I just want you guys to kind of get a little bit of sneak peek. As you can see, the young lady in the center is wearing her traditional headdress. And that we will help you. We will get you in contact with someone at the Heritage Center if you need help creating one. Taylor, the year that she won, she was my Heritage Ambassador. She went home and learned how to make one and created one that was stunning and beautiful. Heidi this year borrowed one from a member of her community that was reflective of her community specifically. So just so you know, that is your crown. That is your headdress. And we try, so it's very important for us. And also the Heritage Ambassador, this is non-negotiable. This is a non-starter. The Heritage Ambassador is the one person who gives our land acknowledgements at our events. And this is very important to us. It is very, very, and so if you join us and you get upset because our Heritage Ambassador is talking more than other people, it will be a non-starter. So just so you know, is that it is respect. It is all the things. So just so you know, the Heritage Ambassador does tend to speak a little bit more. You also run your little tail off because you have to go from point A to point B to point C to point D in about sometimes 30 minutes. You have to be at 3 different events. So one of those key days is parade day. You have to say the land acknowledgement, and then your chaperone and you haul butt back across so that you can hop in the parade vehicles so you can be in the parade. And frankly, last year, our heritage ambassador, the parade stopped. Our heritage ambassador climbed in the gear and took off for the rest of the parade. So it is one of those things where it's like and it's a lot of just kind of going with the flow. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's really cold. Sometimes it's 35 degrees and you're peeling layers of clothes off because we've prepared you so well to be ready to go that you are hot. So just be mindful of that. And those are just some really small notes. You get to do really cool stuff. You get to watch snow sculptures being made. You get to learn how to do it. You get to meet leaders in our community. I could speak more and speak more highly, but sometimes I just get on my little high horse about how wonderful this program, how fun this is, because it's a good time. And as long as you embrace kind of chaos for 2 weeks of your life, it'll be the best time you've ever had. What other questions do you have? I know we're coming down to the last few minutes, and I'm going to have my team kind of talk a little bit. But who has any more questions? Hazel, come on up. Hi.
Hi. I just had a question about the ads. I know that I skimmed through the handbook. I know that you could ask like a few friends and family, but when it comes to businesses, do you want, or is it specifically only Anchorage businesses, or can I, ask some of the businesses in my hometown, which is Kodiak?
You can absolutely. I don't have a problem with it. If they want to support you, when I was in the days of doing pageantry, I had ad pages that were family and friends who lived in the lower 48, and it didn't matter. They just wanted to support me. So it's totally fine. The only other thing that we are not doing anymore is no, sorry. I was going to say something and I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to not. But absolutely anybody, and yes, you can ask your friends and your family. A great way to sell your ad page is to do the $25 for an encouraging word, and just get it done with, and then everything else is gravy. But that's a really easy way to, like, if you're going, how do I sell this ad page? Go to your friends and family, say, I'm doing this really cool thing. I'm really excited. I'm really stoked. I need your words of encouragement, $25, and it'll all be on one ad page and you're good to go. Megan will be more your fan if Megan will be more your fan if you come with art ready things. Our job is not to create your art, and Megan creates a very, very amazing. Darn it, Megan, why don't okay. A whole pile of things are gonna die on my desk. This is our ad book. I think is this year's? Wait, who's on the cover? Not me. Okay, this is this year's ad book. But it is it is a magazine, and it is a beautiful full page book. You can't see it. I'm sorry, it's blurry. But it is, your pictures are featured in it. So be mindful of that type of thing and make sure that you can have your ads pre-done. I think that was all I was supposed to say on that part.
And if
What
there's
other
questions
questions?
if there's questions on ads, just reach out to us. It's royalty@ferrandi.net. And one of us will see it. It'll probably come to me if it's an ad question, and I'll jump on it for you.
What other questions do you have? Oh, Allison.
So I was wondering for the pageant if there was like ticket sales we needed to do.
So ticket sales will open once we have the final date, but you yes, we want you to sell tickets. There is not a ticket. There is a top ticket award. But it's just a,
What I think she's asking is, are you required to sell tickets? So like for
Yeah.
Miss Volunteer, you're required to sell 10 tickets to the
Mhm.
pageant. For this one, you're not required to. You are preferred that you sell tickets just so we can get attendees, but you're not required to sell any.
Okay.
This is also one of the events that sells out first for all of Ferrandi. So if you have friends and family that want to come and they are holding off on buying a table, I would really suggest that they don't. We do have tables sell out, and then we have people lining the hall. They will want a seat for this. So
this
Okay.
is definitely the event that this and the fireworks show are the two events that sell out rather quickly because they're it's just a fun event, and we get a really cross section of people.
All right, thank you. And sorry for like looking kind of shocked when you said the Wolverines. I was literally staring at my wall that has like all my Wolverine stuff on it.
I figured you were a fan, so it's
Yeah.
totally fine. I love
I
it. I like to see the enthusiasm.
All right, thank you.
Okay, we have 3 minutes left. Who's got that zinger question? Brianna?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
So I know I missed a lot. But first was going to be with the 2 weeks, does everybody on royalty have to be at every event?
So that's a great question.
Only
Um,
because I work until 6. That's my only thing. And as of right now, because I'm newer, I can't just be like, hey, I gotta go. Hey, I gotta go. Hey, I gotta go.
Right.
Type. Yeah. That's
So
where I'm at with that.
here's what I will say. There is flexibility. So let me say this. Friday of Rondi, Thursday night into Friday till Sunday. Till Sunday evening, my expectation are you are with us. If it's an evening event during the week and you can't make it till 6:15 or 6:30 because you're coming from somewhere else, that's okay. It's those 3 days, and I will tell you, if you have an employer who every year there's someone who's like, my employer would never let me do that. I go to them now and say, I'm looking to do this. The expectation is that Friday at 8 a.m., I am bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and I have to be there until Sunday at 6 p.m. I will tell you, most businesses are willing to go, all right, fine, and they get that.
Okay, I think my supervisor or assistant manager will. It's just like knowing that ahead of time that this will be kind of a thing, especially if you win. So yeah, okay, that was my biggest thing. And then it's only the $50. It's like the $50 for the Ronnie membership, and then everything else is just that's it. We're doing everything else.
And the ad page, Brianna, the one ad page that's expected, but then you do get a commission on the backside of it if you sell more. And then the other thing is, I feel like I'm forgetting something. No, but there's nothing. And the other thing I will say, and I didn't say this earlier, the reason that we only do a $50 entry fee is because we want to get people who are excited about Rondi and who want to do something to support our community, but don't have pageant money. And if you're in pageantry, you understand what pageant money is. It's expensive. So do not think that you have to spend a ton of money to do this program. If you need help finding a cocktail dress, if you need help with costuming, like, we can't help you, but we can certainly like tell you how people have done it frugally before. So don't feel like if you go out and you buy everything brand new and think that that's what's going to win you the title, it's not going to do it. It is your personality. It is who you are. And I'm just so excited for to have just so diverse a group of people. And Clara, I will do anything to make it accessible for you to be there, because I am so stoked and excited for you to participate with us. So please understand, we will do what we need to do. So, and I don't say that I don't want all of you to be here, but this is very inspiring and very beautiful that she's wanting to do this and participate. So, that was not me being favoritism. Nobody call me out. Nobody send me any emails, because I'll ignore them. But you guys are all so very unique and so very different. And there's so many of you, which is so exciting. This is going to be a big year. And I'm hoping with the big change that I get to announce here in the next week or so, that you guys are even more excited, because there's going to be some really cool things that are happening. And so I'm inspired by all of you. I hope you're inspired. I hope that if you haven't finished filling out the application or haven't finished doing some stuff, get to doing that now. It's 7 o'clock. You still got some waking hours. So get it all done, get it all turned in. And we are always here. We're an email, a phone call, a text message away. Rondi or royalty@furrondi.net is the best way to find us. And we are happy to help you in any possible way. And we're just excited that you guys are here. So I know we're at 2 minutes after. Brianna, if you do want to stay on to ask me more questions, you're welcome to. Ladies, if you would like to leave, you're welcome to. The next big date is, of course, December 10th. Yes, somebody shake their head at me. December 10th. Thank you. I knew somebody would say it. And so December 10th, we will let you know the location here in the next couple of days. And then we will go from there. And again, just so excited to have all of you here. Okay. You can sign off. I promise you're not missing anything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Okay, Kristen,
Yeah.
just one. When's
Hold on.
applications due? Oh,
Hold on. You hold 1 second. December 17th is when everything is due. Your video, or December 15th, your video is due. December 17th, all your paperwork is due.
okay. Including application?
Application, all of that. Your membership should already be done. I would suggest getting your application and all of that stuff done sooner than later. Megan will like you a whole lot better. And she's really the one that has to like you.
That's not true, but
but yes, you the 17th.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. Any other questions?
I know you're waiting
No.
to announce. When you said like different dates, do you mean like adjusting within that week, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or do you mean like a totally different weekend?
A totally different weekend.
Okay.
And once I can announce it,
That's fine.
once I can say what is going
That's okay.
on, it's
No, it's totally okay. I totally get it.
it's a lot of backdoor having to deal with people and people being dumb. So, but once I can announce it, I promise I will. And it's really, it really is going to be for the betterment of us.
Really.
So, okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Sam. Brianna, anything else?
No, I am good. Thank you.
Okay. Allison, anything else?
So I don't have an exact date for this yet, but it is in February. I'm still in high school. I'm a senior, so I'm also in ROTC. I am like on part of main staff,
Uh-huh.
which is very important for this event.
Absolutely.
We have a big inspection, and I think it's during the weekday. It might be on a Friday
Okay.
that I will have to stay, but
So we have
Yeah.
we have seniors every year who participate, and there's always one thing that they have to attend. And it always falls on the Friday of Rondi.
yeah.
It's like they go, when is Rondi? We're gonna smack this right dab on the top of it. So, sweetheart, if that happens, it's totally fine. Just let me know and just
Okay.
say, hey, I've got this. I'm not gonna be able to be there till this time, and that's
Mhm.
totally fine. Okay.
All right. And then I had one more question, but I totally forgot. Okay.
It's totally fine. Okay. And if you have any other questions, you just reach out to us. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks,
Oh,
Allison. Yes.
can I ask how many people are doing the
Oh, you froze. Did I freeze or did she freeze? Somebody.
it was
What was your
it was
question?
probably how many people are doing the sweetheart title, if I can know?
It's okay. Right now, I have 3, if I'm reading this spreadsheet correctly. I have 3 right now. But again, we're
We
still
plan to have 10.
Yeah, we plan to have 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
All right. You have a wonderful rest of your day, Allison.
You too.
Thanks. Kateri, are you there? What up, homie? What's going on,
Hi.
girl? You got any questions for us?
Tell me a little bit more about this on stage question.
It's just an on-stage question. It could be I haven't decided if it's going to be Rondi related, if it's
Okay.
going to be just general knowledge. Basically, the reason we're doing it, Kateri, is what we've discovered is that people speak very well in a small group in a closed, confined room, but when they get and they can do a pre-planned speech and they can do a pre-planned stuff, but what they're struggling with is when we walk out on the street and they have to rapid fire answer questions.
Right.
I'm a deer in headlights. And so
Yeah.
we're just trying to make sure that we know we have girls that, because you've been on Avenue during that time, and you know that people come up and ask you the most random questions, and it's like, if you're scared to talk to people, I should probably know that.
Yeah.
I should probably have that one like sticker mark, like that person's scared of people. So
Yeah.
that's what it is. So but we haven't finalized what it is. We will I'm hoping by the 10th, by orientation, we'll know more.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And then is the costume, I know in the past we've like gone with a theme. Is it just
This year we're going Rondi Strong. Just
okay.
Rondi Strong.
Something you
Whatever.
like about Rondi Winter.
Yeah.
Downtown
Something you like
Anchorage.
about Rondi. I would say something that's, something that has to do with Rondi.
Yeah.
Is what I would suggest. Yeah, but we're not going. The themes get people spent up and they think that it has to be, and then it's not as fun. It's more that they've got this. So yeah, just open. Rondi Strong is what it will be.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
No more questions, but Tacoma, I want it on the record that if I don't win a crown, I want to be with Rondi Bear.
Sounds good to me because I need Rondi Bear.
Yes. Then I don't have to follow her around in the freaking cold.
Oh Lord, Mom, come on! It's not
Brother,
bad. We just need to give you warmer clothes.
I have electric warmer, feet, hands, everything. It doesn't. I just know my nose freezes.
Well, we'll have to find another job for you, Deb. Okay,
That'll work.
Kateri, now we have a plan.
But
Okay.
JJ will be home too. So there's that.
There we go. We can all hang out with JJ because he'll be ripped.
I have one question.
Yes, Sam. Sorry, Samantha. You have no idea what you just walked into. I apologize. How can I help you?
I was just curious. Can we apply for more than just one position? Like say I want to apply for the queen and apply for the heritage ambassador.
Absolutely, 100%. So the way it works is that the hair. Bye, sweetie. Talk to you later.
All right.
I'm gonna get it backwards.
Queen trumps all.
Queen trumps all. So if you were to win queen, it would go to the next heritage ambassador. So it'd be like the first runner-up, which we never name.
Yeah.
That person who scores the next highest for heritage ambassador would go would go become Heritage Ambassador, and you would be Queen. Hi guys.
Oh,
Does that
wow.
make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
that
So you
makes
can
sense.
you can absolutely apply for both.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good. Thank you.
Any other questions, my dear?
No, that's it.
Okay. Thanks, Sam, for joining us. I'm so glad you were here.
Thank you. Have a good
All right.
night.
Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Whoa.
Wait.